Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Faith in the Valley with DG. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are well. And for those of you who are new here, you are most welcome. So today I want to talk about something that has become so important to me during my own healing valley. And that thing is rest. Now, rest is not weakness, rest is not laziness, and taking rest is actually wisdom. And also, as well, it's more than just that. Rest is God's idea. And in fact, rest is so important that it appears in the first story of the Bible. And so in Genesis chapter 2, verse 2, it says, "By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work." Now, the thing is, if the creator of the universe rested, not because he needed to, and not because he could have done without it, I'm sure he probably could have, but he modeled balance and he modeled wholeness. And that's how much we have to value rest. So can you imagine, in our own human form, why would we not need to rest as well if a being like God also made a point to pause and to rest? So for me, there have been moments in my recovery where I felt really, really tired, and I felt quite drained as well. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. And sometimes I would actually feel guilty for lying down or taking rest. And other times I couldn't help it because of the amount of medication that I was on. And I felt like I always had to be doing something productive, in terms of maybe I should be trying to wiggle my toes or to stretch or to sit up more, or always something on my mind. But in those times, God would often pause with me and whisper to me that my rest is actually a part of my recovery. And it's a part of your recovery too. And also being still is also an important part of the whole healing process. So when I finally gave myself permission to truly rest, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well, I started to feel my body and my spirit to soften. And I wasn't just getting through the days then. I wasn't dreading what the day was going to look like. I started to learn to receive the day much more gently. And that's a difference. And I suppose another difference as well that was made, and which is still a difference to me now as I travel through, is to refer back to key scriptures from the Bible. And so here are a couple of verses that have been really good for me in terms of helping me to release my guilt about taking the time out to actually rest. The first scripture is from Matthew chapter 11 and verse 28. And it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." When Jesus says, "I will give you rest," it's a divine invitation, not just for sleep, but for deep soul release, to just let go of everything and to rest. The other scripture is Psalms 4, verse 8, and it says, "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." This verse reminds me that rest isn't earned, you know? We don't have to earn rest. Rest is gifted to us. And because we can feel safe in God's hands, we can finally just let go when we surrender ourselves to resting. So if you're walking through your own healing valley, or you're traveling through your own healing season, then here are 5 simple ways that you can invite more rest into your life. So I hope you find these helpful. So the first one is to schedule quiet time in the same way that you would schedule tasks or a shopping list. Even if it's 10 to 15 minutes of silence, that will be beneficial for you. Just give yourself that time. The second is to let your body lead. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're tired, lie down. If you feel any tension or you feel heavy, then stretch gently. Listen to your body before you push ahead with anything else. The third thing is to create a peaceful atmosphere. So you can do this by playing some soft music, having some gentle candlelight in a room, or having a tidy corner where you can just be in that space and just to let go a little, just to rest, to allow your nervous system to just settle. The fourth thing is to rest emotionally. So give yourself permission not to explain, not to perform, not to pretend, because this is also a form of rest too. And you don't have to justify your rest or justify where you're going or what you do to give yourself rest. Just give yourself that time. Give yourself permission to just rest. And finally, the 5th tip that I would share with you is to just breathe and invite God in. You know, even one whisper of prayer can help us get into that space of accepting rest. Even just to say, God, help me rest in you today. It's simple, but so powerful. So if you've been feeling worn down, fatigued, just tired, just exhausted, just emotionally drained or physically drained or mentally drained, then please hear me when I say this. You are allowed to rest. Just take that in. You are allowed to rest. And God sees your stillness and He will honor it because He recognizes that rest is important. And you don't have to push through every valley and every situation. You don't have to. You know, sometimes the best thing you can do is just to pause. Just pause. And I have 2 questions for you. The first question is, what does rest look like to you right now? And the second question I have for you is, what's one thing that God is teaching you as you take the time to slow down? I would really love to hear your comments below. And if you need support on your healing journey as you're traveling through, then you can download my instrumental album. It is called Gentle Piano Reflections, or you can download my free 5-day prayer journal, and the link is in the description below. But also, if you would like me to share your story about your own healing journey or your own healing valley which you are traveling through, then please do reach out to me. My details are in the description below. So, my lovely souls, until the next time, keep resting, keep healing, and keep hoping. And finally, may grace meet you exactly where you are. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've enjoyed speaking with you, and I really look forward to seeing you the next time. Until then, take care.